trees are just amazing. We plant a lot, and this is definitely small.
Beautiful morning in southern Iowa. Heading south today to meet a gentleman that's got a property down here. It's actually just over the border in Worth County, Missouri. And it's pretty typical for a process that we typically go through, I would say, on most transactions. When we're getting involved with them, we're going down to do an initial property tour. So check the place out, get some information together so that we can do a evaluation, give them a good idea what it's worth, and then usually we'll have a follow-up meeting from there to kind of settle out terms of exactly what they're looking for. But that's the goal today. Go down, take a look at this place, and kind of check it out. He talks like it's pretty nice, so I'm excited to see it.
Quick story, this little thing here was like a little grandstand for bands.
Oh, okay.
The guy I bought it from, his name was Vance Monday. Vance Monday played in a folk band with the people that owned that. That's Scott's dad. His name was Connie.
Okay.
His mom is Mary. The sign's still here. I just redid it all 2 years ago and put my name on the bottom.
So that's the history?
Kinda, yeah, there's the owners. Hey, so anyway, Vance Monday and that Connie Wilkinson, they played in a folk band together. And everyone within about 75 miles knows my land. They call it the Nation. There it says the old home place in the Nation, but they just call it the Nation. Mm-hmm. It's got a lot of history.
Huh.
I could talk about for a half hour, but I'll tell you some of the fine points.
Yeah.
They had these concerts here. They had anywhere from 10 to 15 bands, 3 to 5,000 people. The craziest part is, back in the lawless days of the turn of the century and that, early 1900s and that, my land and the land either side, a lot of outlaws came here. Get this, Bonnie and Clyde,
Really?
John Dillinger, and then Billy the Kid, or Jesse James.
Jesse James.
They all came up here, and the law always wanted to catch them, and someone would go down into town, and they said, "We know where you're at," and he goes, "Well, Jesse says, come on up anytime." He goes, "You get past that road, you're lucky." You know, they'd be like, it's in some of the papers down in town.
Really?
So anyway, let me get in there real quick.
Yeah. So they called it the Nation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not real high.
Well, it feels better than it does outside.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So I got 2 years ago.
Oh, really? Wow, that thing's cool.
It was 47 inches nose to tail.
Yeah, that's...
They look compact, but it's nice. You know?
Yeah.
Here's the extra bedroom. We just put the queen down. We had double bunks on both sides, and then we always had a couple with us, so we put a queen down here and then our bedroom.
You said you're planning to leave this pretty well furnished, right?
Yeah.
You're not gonna... We're right about here. And I'm like, oh my God, that is gorgeous. I just snapped it with this phone. Yeah. So you see the windmill.
You'll have to send that one to me.
That's cool.
Try to see how we can do this.
A little wider and it comes around to a heart shape. I think it's a wonderful picture.
Well, that was fun. We just on our way back now from meeting with the property owner down there on that farm. End up being just under 20 acres. little cabin that's there sitting over a pond, a bunch of kind of big draws and ridges that come together in the back. So pretty neat little place. He had some cool mounts and different things from some of the deer actually from that farm, and then also had some antelope and actually an elk out in the garage. Anyway, just pretty neat little cabin. But the story of the place is what was interesting. He talked about that when we first pulled up. There's actually a sign that shows the history of ownership back. I don't know how many owners were on there, but several of them. And from his the way he tells it, kind of the history of the place is it's known locally as the Nation, and sounds like it used to be kind of a hideout for some of the outlaws, the big name outlaws that most people would recognize, Bonnie and Clyde and Jesse James, and a lot of stories there locally around Grant City and in the papers about some of the shootouts and them hiding from the cops up in those hills way back in the day. So that was really interesting to hear about. So pretty neat to have that kind of history on a little piece of property like that. But he said one of the previous owners was the Mondays, and they used to have concerts there. And if you look out back, there's still remnants of the old concert stage where they would have the bands play. Said there was upwards of 5,000 people that would come from all over the place to this one little place in the middle of northern Missouri to listen to these concerts. So pretty unique little piece, but we're excited to get that one. He actually was ready to list it. The gentleman lives in Iowa now. He relocated out of state into Iowa and had this property kind of as a weekend getaway. And now at his new place, he's looking to take the funds and sell that place and reinvest in his new property, build a pond there a little closer to home where him and his family can enjoy it every day rather than just on weekends and long getaways. So we're excited about it. But you know, one of the things I think that would be interesting to talk about here is kind of what we're doing in our role today as we went down and met with this guy. You know, obviously they're looking at us as consultants to help them try to come up with the best plan and strategy. And obviously we listen to his goals of what he's trying to achieve and what he really feasibly needs to get out of the property, and all that factors into what the listing price ends up being. But timing is also really important, and so that was some of the things we were talking about today, is just the market and kind of how things are moving a little bit more horizontal right now. Here most recently 3 or 4 months, it seems like it's kind of going a little more horizontal since interest rates have come up. So I think everybody's starting to get used to that, but we have a lot of marketing opportunities coming up in front of us. We always, here in Iowa anyway, we're attending the Deer Classic, and there's a lot of other shows that we're out supporting, whether we're sponsoring those events or just attending them as vendors. So kind of lining all those things up, it seems like right now would be a really good time for him to get that property on the market, as people are starting to get used to the interest rates. We're just coming out of hunting season, so we're gonna have a lot of people that, you know, maybe they had a bad experience at a past property, or it's not really giving them the results they want or the experience that they want. So they're going to sell that property and be looking for a new one here this spring. Just a good time to really be thinking about selling for some of those reasons. So we'll be getting that thing on the market. We'll probably put a link in the description down below. If it's not there right away, we'll update the description once we get that property uploaded, but have all the pictures and video and drone footage of that farm. But just a neat place, perfect for what, you know, a lot of people over the past couple of years have been calling us looking for. It's a smaller piece of ground, not something that takes a tremendous amount of time to manage or to maintain, but a nice place where it's got some hunting, it's got some fishing, and really, I mean, it's not really a cabin. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house is what it is. Really well insulated, really well taken care of, and would be a nice, I mean, phenomenal starter home for somebody, or like I said, kind of a weekend getaway, and be perfect for that too. So we're excited to help this family get the property sold, and yeah, it was a good day to get out there, and beautiful skies, beautiful day to get our photos, get our videos, and try to help them get it out on the market as soon as we can here. So looking forward to seeing how this goes and getting back into town, get some dinner. We're a little hungry after that long trip, so thanks for watching.